the front row say his name, actually, or somebody over here, yeah. That's correct. This is Alejandro, and Alejandro is a harpy eagle. Not exactly like the golden eagles and the bald eagles that we get here in North America. These birds are found down south in the Amazon rainforest. Yes, I know. Now, when you hear that word harpy, you might be thinking of something that is a little bit spooky, a little bit scary. If you're up to date with your mythology, you might be picturing someone who's like half bird and half woman in some old Greek myth, doing something really, really scary to one of those Greek heroes. And when you look at Alejandro, you might understand why they have a name that's related to something so imposing. He's got those dark eyes that are set really deep into his head. And if you look at those talons on the ends of his toes, that back talon is about the same size as a grizzly bear's claw. Now, many birds of prey not only have those sharp talons to help them grab onto their food, they've also got incredibly strong feet. And if you'll play along with me, okay, if you take your hand, ball it up into a fist, and squeeze as hard as you can, don't hurt yourselves, some of you look pretty strong. Please squeeze as hard as we can. The average person can squeeze with about 70 pounds of pressure. It's pretty impressive. Some really strong people can get up closer to 100 or even 150 pounds of pressure. If Alejandro here were to squeeze his feet shut as hard as he could exert close to 1,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. Which is why Jay is holding the bird and not me. Now, that's a joke. These birds are only going to squeeze their feet shut when they're going after their food, if their food is trying to go somewhere. For birds like harpy eagles, their favorite snack might be something like another bird in the rainforest, a snake in the rainforest, even something like a small sloth or a small monkey. So yes, these birds might look very, very intimidating, but if we listen closely, we will find that Alejandro's quack is probably worse than his bites. Alejandro, what do you have to say to that? Anything? Anything? Oh, we're shy, we're bashful. Nothing?
You'll just take that.
No, he's all shy now. Don't worry, he'll start talking the second that I start talking. There you go. I'm sorry, did you want to do this part of the program? Thank you. Yes, not a very intimidating sound. And for harpy eagles, Alejandro lives with us because these birds in their native habitats are considered threatened. Is your eagles keep sliding down? Do you want me to fix that, Jay?
Yeah, like the broken one.
Oh no. So yes, these birds are considered threatened because yes, they do look very imposing, and people are often frightened that harpy eagles are going to fly away with their dog, their cat, their livestock, their toddler. So for these birds, one of the main challenges that they face has to do with poaching or the illegal hunting of these animals. But I'm happy to introduce Alejandro to you because we can work to dispel those myths. Now, does anyone want to hazard a guess as to how much you think Alejandro here weighs? Okay, you can raise your hand. How much do you think? How strong do we think Jay is really the question. How much do you think Alejandro weighs?
60 pounds.
22 pounds? Good guess.
60
30
pounds.
pounds? Looking good, Jay. What do you think?
15 to 20 pounds.
15 to 20? He said
60.
15. 82 or 32? 18, oh, okay.
200.
200, Jay, your New Year's resolutions are going great. Sorry to burst your bubble, but Alejandro here only weighs about 10 pounds.
What?
A dog or a cat of a similar size would probably weigh closer
What?
to 30 or 40 pounds, but I don't know if you all saw this earlier. Birds often have to fly. And in order to do that, they have to be incredibly lightweight. If we were to take all of Alejandro's bones, stick them on one side of the scale, and all of his feathers and stick them on the other side of the scale, first of all, he would look like already chewed gum. But second of all, his feathers would weigh more than his bones. That is true for most birds in the animal kingdom. They have to be lightweight in order to fly. Now, if your dog or cat that you have at home is anything like my cat that I have at home, probably weighs a little bit more than Alejandro here. So these birds are not able to carry away things like your dogs, your cats, your toddlers, your livestock. They can only carry away about a third of their body weight at a time. Still, for these birds, poaching is often a huge problem, and that is not only true for animals like harpy eagles, but also eagles that are found across the globe, eagles that are found right here in the United States, and lots of other animals as well. We have animals every year that come into our rehabilitation hospital with pellets lodged in their wings, which is, first of all, not a very nice thing to do, and second of all, a federal crime to do so. So for these birds, there is no reason for us to be afraid of them carrying away our little cousin or anything like that. Now, harpy eagles like Alejandro, being from the Amazon rainforest, It might seem a little bit tricky to think of anything that we can do in our day-to-day lives to help out these animals. But we already learned something that we can do. Something as simple as making sure our aluminum cans end up where they're supposed to go. By recycling things like aluminum, we can help animals that live all the way across the globe in the Amazon rainforest. By learning about these animals, we can help them out too. In fact, I'm sure we can all think of a number of different things we can do to help out the planet. All right, anyone have a thing that we can do to help out the environment? Anyone want to raise their hand? Anyone do anything cool like that? What can we do to help the environment? Yeah, pick up litter, pick up other people's litter, absolutely. Even if you yourself are not dropping things like your granola bar wrapper out the window of your car, unfortunately, sometimes other people do. And sometimes we can help out. What else can we do to help take care of the environment? Yeah, what do you think? Exactly, turn off the water when you're not using it. That's a really good one. What about if you leave a room? What can you do with the lights? Turn them off. That's another thing we can do. What else?
Stop putting down birdhouses to make more birdhouses.
Yeah, we could put up birdhouses. In fact, if you would like to encourage animals like owls or kestrels or all kinds of critters to nest in your own backyard, you can look up different places or different places, different schematics for different birdhouses. And if those birds move in, not only is it nice for them, but it can be nice for you. If you've ever had a mousy roommate like me, you know that they don't make very good roommates. So by having owls around, we cut down on those animals in our homes. What else can you do to help out the planet?
We can stop hunting animals for fun.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So if we are going to hunt animals, we can make sure that we are using all the parts of those animals, that we have all the proper permits to hunt those animals, and that we're making sure that protected species, not only like eagles, but all kinds of other critters, that we are leaving those animals alone. Now, there are lots of things that we can do. I'm sure we've all heard of planting a tree. I'm sure we've all heard of turning off the lights, turning off the water. But one of the most important things that we all can do to help out these animals is exactly what you guys have done today. And that is learning a thing or two about these animals. Because we cannot begin to know what we can do to help if we don't know a thing or two about these animals first. These animals are our neighbors, whether they live in our own backyards or are part of our greater global neighborhood. Now, if you turn to the person next to you who you came with today, you came with somebody, you don't have to say hi to them right now, but I bet you probably know a thing or two about them, probably because you see them every single day or you think of them as your friend. You might know a thing or two about them, their favorite food, their favorite color, and something you can do if they're not feeling so good. But if we think about the plants and the animals and the insects and all of the living things that we see every day,